The Quick Diz News is part of the Quick Diz Takes family of podcasts.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Hello, I'm Michael Eisner.
Oh boy. What's up, guys, and welcome to the Quick Diz News, episode number 27 for September 18th, 2021. I am your host, Tim LeBeau, alongside Mrs. Sarah Castano,
Hey, howdy, hey.
Mr. Jonathan Castano.
I don't know who that is, but I'll say hello.
Mr. John Castano. I stand corrected.
Jimothy.
Is Jonathan not your full name?
Nope.
Oh, I didn't know that.
John.
It's just John. That's all right.
Like just Jack? Just kidding. He's not like just Jack.
The artist formerly known as Jonathan Castano. Anyway. All right. So please like, share, and subscribe. As always, if you're new to the show, welcome. And I don't even know how much news we got this week, but Sarah does. So we'll get going with the Quick Diz mentions.
As always, we need to start open engaging in some speculation. Our construction updater, Eye in the Sky, Bio Reconstruct, has done it again. On Saturday, September 11th, they tweeted out an image with the caption, "An aerial look at a plot of land set aside for future development at Walt Disney World, right next to the Caribbean Beach Skyliner." So we've actually talked about this a little bit before, probably in speculation. Work was supposed to be done, and then it kind of stopped for a while. And then guests riding the monorail had seen like a fresh mound of dirt where it hadn't been before. And we kind of speculated that maybe one of those rumored additional monorail hotels was going to be built. It could simply have just been reinforcing a pillar or a pylon, whatever they're called, one of those supports. We don't really know, but now that Bio Reconstruct is kind of in the same area and showing some movement and kind of identifying a plot of land set aside for future development, maybe we weren't kind of off the charts. Just kind of throwing it out there. Also on our Diz mentions, we're kind of passing through the speculation. Disney Plus announced a couple new original series to be coming to the platform. So they announced Hawkeye, an original series, will begin streaming November 24th. They had a pretty cute tagline on the press release photo that announced the series. It said, "This holiday season, the best gifts come with a bow," which I thought was pretty cute. But also the other announcement they had made was actually on Wednesday, an original series, The Proud Family Louder and Prouder, would be premiering in 2022. The show appears to be a pretty popular star-studded Gunner. Sorry, I get distracted. A star-studded show. It will include guest stars as Lizzo, Lil Nas X, Chance the Rapper, Tiffany Haddish, Gabrielle Union, Leslie Odom Jr., Al Roker, Jane Lynch, Jaden Smith, Tina Knowles, Eva Longoria, Holly Robinson Pete, Laurie Hernandez, Dominique Dawes, Gabby Douglas, and tons others. There were others listed on the release. I just didn't happen to know who they were, or I was afraid I was going to say their name wrong. But there's a ton of celebrities set to guest star. Obviously, I'm super excited about Leslie Odom Jr. myself, but the U.S. gymnastics ladies, I'm super excited. Gabby Douglas, Dominique Dawes, a classic, and then Laurie Hernandez, Smile. So I'm just excited. I've never really watched the Proud Family, but I am excited for this kind of rendition. Did Gunnar just bite your face? What's happening? Are you struggling at the Low House?
He's just yawning.
Oh, don't be a fresh. Oh, he still has a little puppy nose. Oh, sorry. This week's edition of Disney News has been derailed by a cute dog.
Well, my wife's not here, so I'm going to have to watch him. He's going nuts.
Cool.
It's a baby.
All right. Focused. Oh, he's so cute. I'm not focused. All right. Sorry. Quick Diz Mentions continuing. Signs have popped up around the Disney park bus terminals that state, and I quote, bus transportation is available to other theme parks today during park hopper hours. To board, you must have a ticket or pass with park hopper benefits valid for today. Cast members will verify your ticket or pass prior to boarding. You must have a Disney Park Pass reservation for the first theme park you plan to visit and have entered that first theme park prior to visiting another. So I imagine there's been some I'm trying to park hop excuses where they haven't made a first reservation, or they've made the reservation but never showed up, thinking that they could still hop after after two. But I'm curious how it says that cast members will verify your ticket. Is this going to make the bus boarding process even slower now that they have to verify? Like if you're an annual pass holder, do you need to show your annual pass? Do you need to show your tickets on your phone? Like, I don't understand this process. I can kind of imagine a reason why, but it just kind of seems cumbersome to me. Disney's Animal Kingdom welcomed a new addition on Saturday morning. A white rhino calf was born to the proud mother, Jao. The two will remain, quote, behind the scenes for a while the two bond. They unveiled new monorail wraps for the 50th anniversary on Tuesday, the 14th. The celebratory wraps feature Mickey, Minnie, Chip and Dale, along with the 50th anniversary blue color. A little bit of pixie dust along the edges of those as well. Disney Parks announced on Tuesday that a reimagined Nemo the Musical would be coming to Animal Kingdom in 2022. The official announcement came after a Disney news source reported it would be closing entirely, which is very much an upsetting way to find out this news, especially that's how cast members found out. It seems to be kind of a shoot first, ask questions later kind of approach for them. However, Disney Parks did clarify. They released the information on Tuesday saying it would just be a reimagined version that would help, that would air or debut rather in 2022. It kind of reminded me of the reimagined Festival of the Lion King, except the way this one was worded seems like it could be a more permanent change to the show, whereas the change to Festival of the Lion King may have been just a brief adaptation to kind of comply with COVID. So it wasn't as long of a show, so they weren't having like as close contact or people in closest proximity during the length of the show. So we don't really have a ton more information on this. It just kind of says it's fan favorite and they will be keeping it back, but it will be reappearing and as a reimagined version. Some people have kind of speculated that it will have less humans, more, permanent animatronics that stay on the stage, just kind of cut costs on the human aspect of it. We like the show. We talked about it before. It is kind of a little bit of Broadway when you're in Orlando, but it will be coming back a little bit differently, but it will come back. And last up, we have Disney's live action Little Mermaid starring Halle Bailey as Ariel, Daveed Diggs as Sebastian, Javier Bardem as King Triton, and Melissa McCarthy as Ursula is officially slated to hit theaters on May 26th, 2023. So we know that filming wrapped up. They're kind of in all that post-production stuff now. I'm super excited. I love me some Daveed Diggs. Melissa McCarthy, I can already imagine is going to be hysterical as Ursula. So I'm pumped. I'm also a little scared because Little Mermaid's one of my favorites. It's like my favorite classic. And I just don't want them to ruin it. So have at it, gents. Those are our quick Diz mentions.
I liked Queen Latifah as Ursula myself. If anyone was able to catch the live Little Mermaid that was on, was it last year or the year before? Mm-hmm. I thought she was good. That is not to say that I don't think Melissa McCarthy will be good. I'm just saying.
Queen Latifah is amazing.
Queen Slade. The Queen Slade, Johnny.
Hey, the Queen of Hearts.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Jonathan. All right. What we got next?
Quick Diz updates. Quick couple of things. Club Cool reopened Wednesday in Epcot, and yes, the truckers were there. The only returning flavor that people kind of made a big deal about, of course, the loved and hated Beverly. It seemed like that was the only return flavor from all the different versions of Coca-Cola that had been at the original Club Cool. Although someone put up that there is now a cucumber Sprite, and I'm a little concerned about this. Why is that a thing?
It could be good.
I was like, it could be good. You never know.
Nope.
You never know.
You know.
Quick little update tidbit on what we're doing about the Haunted Mansions and Muppet special. Rest in peace, Ed Asner has recently passed away, but he will be making a posthumous appearance in the film that was able to be wrapped up before his passing. And I perused the Disney site looking into more hotel openings and kind of came across the following. I know we've discussed some of these, but I don't remember if we've discussed them all or if I've only done some of them. And also my brain wasn't functioning to think to go back to my previous show notes because that would be an easy answer. So this is what we've got. August 26th, we see Animal Kingdom Lodge and the Villas Jumbo House reopening. September 16th, the All-Star Music. October 14th, Port Orleans Riverside. The 28th, the French Quarter. And then December 9th, All-Star Sports. So just a quick little alley-oop for hotels. And then there's a tiny little update on the Rise of Resistance boarding passes. We talked last week about the change to the boarding passes, about you able to confirm your party size an hour before the actual boarding passes drop. That went live on Friday, the day after we recorded the change in the procedure. And then today, literally hours ago, I had several texts, which was surprising. Several texts while I was in a faculty meeting. This is actually one of our headlines. So we're going to right into it. Keeping with Rise of the Resistance and their queue line. So starting September 23rd, Rise of the Resistance is planning to pause their use of the virtual queue system for the ride. And they're going to utilize the standby line for only the second time, but really intentionally, it's only the first real time since the attraction opened in 2019. The only time that the standby line has been used was the other day, earlier this fall, when the park attendance was so freakishly low, they did not use all their boarding passes and the standby line was open. But this is the first time it's been intentionally for opening of the park, standby line available. Go ahead.
I want to be happy about it, but I know what's going on here.
Well, they say they're going to pause it, which implies it's not going to stay that way.
All it is a money grab. That's all this is.
Yeah, they're prepping. They're going to prep this now for
the 50th.
Yeah, and they're going to prep it for the way they're going to use it with the upcharges.
Yeah, because it's going to be when the 50th hits, it's going to be crowded as anything in that park. People aren't going to want to wait in line. So what's their only other option is to pay. And then they're going to, all these people are going to pay to get the lightning lane, which
is going to have Rise.
Yeah, it's going to have Rise. But then all these people are going to pay because they'll get their money, but the lightning lane line will be long, which then in turn puts the standby line even longer. So it's forcing you to pay. That's all. Yeah. That's all it's going to do.
The virtual queue is not coming back. Now it's just going to be pay queue. That's all it's going to be. It's true. It's true though.
Yeah.
It might come back. It might come back if the standby line is 4 or 5 hours every single day.
Yeah, but then how does that work? So you buy a lightning lane, and if you don't do that, then you try to get a virtual queue?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, when they announced this whole thing that Rise of the Resistance was going to be part of that lightning lane, we said, well, how does that work with a virtual queue? Do you have to pay to be at a virtual spot?
You're going to be able to get a virtual queue for that or Ratatouille. They were going to keep those virtual queues, and then if you wanted to do the upcharge, you just paid.
Yeah.
But now they're forcing the line to be super long so more people will pay.
Well, yeah, and they're doing it a week early so they can really spruce up. I hope so badly.
Does this mean that
30-minute wait? I hope so bad.
Does this mean that Genie's coming out on the 23rd?
That could be
that too.
That could be another thing.
Because if they wait till the 1st, that's just
at that point
something go live when it's going to be crowded or whatever. They know what they're doing.
Because Rise is going to be a pay only attraction.
Yep.
You can't get it in the. Oh, that's not true.
If that's going to be right.
You can get in the standby line, but you can't get it on the Genie Plus.
On the Genie Plus, it's the
if you want to get on it fast, it's pay only.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I don't think
Well, we did enough complaining that they got rid of the virtual queue, Tim.
I don't think the line's going to be as long as I think it's going to be. I'm going to say it right now.
And I definitely don't think locals going. I don't think they're going to pay for it. We did have one other headline this week about the Space 220. I made kind of a little joke that Space 220 was going to be far more affordable than I almost
Yeah.
said Battlestar Galactica. Nope. Galactic Star
Bears
Cruiser.
beats Battlestar Galactica.
Yes. So it is still going to be more affordable than that because it's not thousands and thousands of dollars. However, they did release their menu and their prefix pricing.
Sure it is.
And it's expensive. What do you know?
all the space theme stuff is expensive.
They have to import this stuff from far away planets.
A galaxy far, far away, right?
Yeah.
So it is available for walk-ins from September 20th to the 26th only. Again, look at that timing. Weird. Reservations will be available, and Disney says strongly recommended. So not required, but pretty much if you want to eat there, you need
They're
one.
required.
Yeah. Starting September 27th. Bookings start available September 20th, which is only a few days from today. The lunch prices for adults is $55. Children are $29. So that's not terrible for kids. Dinner for adults.
$30 for kids.
It's a lunch menu.
It's also Disney. And there's 3 courses, but nevertheless. All right. So dinner for adults is $79 per person. Kids is $29. Much more reasonable for dinner for kids prices. Prices.
What's the adult price?
Adults is $79.
Okay.
Deep breath.
That's more than
So ridiculous.
That's more than Be Our Guest, isn't it? It's more than.
I think.
Yes.
I think so.
Is it more than Cinderella's Royal Table?
Maybe not.
Cinderella's. It's stupid expensive.
So if you the 4 of you want to go, you
Which
can
we won't.
spend 160
$220.
plus the kids.
$220. We would spend $220 at Space $220
That
before
doesn't-
gratuity and taxes.
That doesn't even count drinks though.
No, it
And
does
tip.
not. Yeah, drinks,
And
tips,
tax.
taxes. Yeah.
All that does is guarantee I will
So-
not be making a reservation.
All right. So prices include one of each section. So you get a liftoff, which is an appetizer, a star course, which is their main course, and a supernova suite, which is their dessert. Also available are what they call space station supplementals. So a 1.5 pound baked whole lobster stuffed with jumbo crab for additional $20, or a 24-ounce bone-in ribeye for an additional $18. They also have additional satellite sides, such as roasted fingerling potatoes, fried potato wedges, Brussels sprouts, and broccolini. That's exciting. They do release part of their cocktail menu, their atmospheric spirits, their zero proof cocktails. So that seems a bit dangerous because you're right next to mission space. They may want to keep some extra cleanup crews on hand. Crew brews, so they have draft and bottled beers, some worldly wines, whites, reds. They've got the kind of whole gamut going, but it's pretty pricey considering your $80 before any additional upcharges, drinks, sides, any of that.
No, thank you.
I'll stick to World Showcase.
So, right.
As if you're saving that much more money.
Yeah, but I'm getting a lot more.
You're getting a lot more alcohol for it.
I'll stick to my $50 dinner. Screw that $79.
No, I'm talking about I'll just walk around. Well, I'd rather eat and drink around at the little kiosk, and then I can get,
Little snackies.
You drink enough, you can go out of this world anyway. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to stay on planet Earth, Johnny, I'm going to the moon. Okay. I'm going to get a lift off.
I did see, I don't know if you saw it. Justin went to La Cava and he had this cool margarita and it had like the dry ice and all blown like bubble. Ooh, mind blown. I want to know what that was so I can order
It
it.
wasn't dry ice. They had like a
It's like a gun, like
it was a gun,
steam
like
gun,
it was
boy.
a vaporizer. It's so cool.
but it made a bubble, and then the big bubble, and then he put the top on it, and they filled all that.
I feel
up.
like
It
I've
was-
seen this.
Yeah, it was like a
somewhere.
big smoky margarita.
Margarita.
Cool looking.
I want one.
Well, if you have some money left when you leave Space 220,
Well, I'm gonna have money left because I'm not gonna go.
Together.
I'm not gonna go to the Battleship Cruiser, Battleship Cove.
I do want to see this.
Galactica.
I want to see this restaurant though.
It does look super cool. There was a quick trailer. I want to say I saw it on Twitter. It was maybe like 15 seconds, and it does look kind of cool to watch.
Well, I'm sure it's cool.
No, well, they have a lounge. If they have a lounge, that's a different thing. You can do something like that, but I don't know if they are doing a lounge.
I don't think so because you have to take an elevator to go to outer space.
Yeah, right.
But that's what they showed was like guests walking in. They have a circular elevator and they kind of showed like your window view. And I was like, guys, look, that's Test Track. Look, that's this. Hey, look, there's the ball. Yeah. So it's the trailer's cool. But bit dummy.
So $79 per person.
Yep. Before your alcohol tax tip.
I think this is gonna cause the same kind of confusion that the Star Cruise has caused, and people are going to actually think they're going to outer space for these prices, because those prices are out of this world.
Ayo.
Literally. All right, I guess it's time to get out of here then.
I guess so.
Tune in next week for more Disney price gouging. Kidding, I've already made a joke. I've already made that joke before, so I'm not gonna make it again. Anyway, all right, that's it for this week's news. We will see you guys next Saturday with more news. Hopefully good news as we get closer and closer to the 50th anniversary. And obviously we'll see you on Tuesday at the podcast as well. And we hope you all enjoyed Rich's interview. I know I did.
Oh my God, he's all right. I love him.
Edited it and then I actually listened to it again. It was good.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
Super gracious.
Yeah, very kind with his time and answered all the questions to the best of his ability, I would say, in depth. So interesting to hear all that stuff. All right. We're out of here. Have a good week, guys. We'll see you next week.